honourable brothers and sisters, mashallah. Without any further delay, inshallah, I'll just say a few quick words, inshallah, about the Sheikh, and then hopefully call them upon the stage to deliver their sermon. Sheikh Dr. Muhammad Sa'ib al-Nas is from Damascus, Syria. He was born there into a very pious religious family. Their grandfather was one of the shuyukh of Damascus, and their father is known to be from amongst the pious too, mashallah. A very special family. As far as I know, the entire family has memorized Quran, Sheikh's direct sort of, children and so forth. I quickly, maybe if I can put it into perspective, the last Grand Mufti of Syria, Sheikh Abu Yusuf ibn Abedin, the last Grand Hanafi Mufti of Syria, perhaps late 70s and early 80s, he was a medical doctor, and he was also one of the leading scholars of Syria, and he was the Mufti of Syria. That was one of Sheikh's teachers, mashallah. And that was seen as something incredible, that you're actually a medical doctor, and alongside that you're also a scholar. So they're treating people and earning a living through that job, and also serving. And the tradition of the scholars of Syria is that they never ever take money for teaching. It's always been, as they took it, they pass it on. And so that was quite incredible. But you have an incredibly, very rare talent here, because you have somebody who, alongside being a medical doctor and a qualified surgeon from the American Board of Medicine, and having practiced medicine in America, and also for over a decade in Saudi Arabia, in private hospitals and so forth, he is also a leading qari. And sometimes people can misunderstand what qari means. A lot of the time we probably think that's more to do with voice and delivery and so forth. Rather, if I give you an example, they teach in the masjid of Sheikh Muhyiddin ibn Arabi, one of the great awliya of Syria, and on a daily basis there were times where they had more than 100 students passing by. So they would come, anybody who's been there, they would know, you come early morning, you sort of put your little diary, first come, first serve, and wait your turn. And it would take sometimes 4 or 5 hours before your turn came to read to the Sheikh. Now, those people who were coming to read, and who still come in Syria, mashallah, there's probably 50, 60, I guess, and a lot of them have returned back to their foreign students. Those people are not your common people. Most of those guys are the cream of their cities in their countries, who are reading to the Sheikh. So they're not any old people, and mashallah, this is an incredible, on a daily basis, 4 or 5 hours of Quranic teaching after Fajr, every single day. So this is, Sheikh's also, mashallah, has gathered his qira'at, the 10 qira'at and so forth, and he's also a scholar of the highest level, especially from amongst the young scholars of Syria. And people say he's not young. Sheikh is very young, mashallah, because you have to look at the people of Syria. They live, mashallah, the ulama are 190 and so forth. So we can't say Sheikh is old. Sheikh is very young, mashallah. And I give you an example of the Grand Mufti, Sheikh Abdul Razak al-Halabi, rahimahullah ta'ala, who passed away, sadly, may Allah have mercy on his soul, served knowledge and this religion for 70, 80 years. He said, I heard from a brother that when the Sheikh left his room in the office in the Umayyad Masjid, he stood up and he said, this man is from the scholars of this ummah. So it's not from our tongues, but the tongues of these giants. And so Sheikh, mashallah, is the teacher of teachers. Is not, and we're incredibly fortunate. Here, even, I don't know if you're aware, we're having a course running now, and we have young scholars come from around the country. They're reading with the Sheikh in the old, it's called the Lighthouse now, and it used to have a different name. It's called the Iron Duke. I don't know, the pub, do you remember? I mean, you shouldn't remember, okay? But that's where we're having these talks and so forth. And also, Sheikh comes every year, mashallah, twice a year actually. He's been coming for over 10 years. And he's been coming in this country teaching young people. And as far as our records go, he's taught more than 2,000 students who have come and stayed for a week or so over the halaqas. The traditional halaqah has been running for nearly 12 years. And the recorded number, and there's much more than that, to be honest with you, nearly 2,000 students who have sat and benefited from the Sheikh. I'm not going to carry on. We are incredibly fortunate, and I welcome Sheikh on behalf of the Wickham Islamic Mission Trust and our General Secretary, mashallah, Shafal Saab, and the beautiful people of High Wickham, mashallah. Marhaba Sayyidi. Sheikh will speak inshallah for about half an hour, and longer is up to them, and then maybe we'll try to do some Q&A inshallah ta'ala. Jazakumullah.